The Dauphin Kings, coming off a Turnbull Cup championship, they've also represented the province at the Centennial Cup. They've never won back-to-back titles in franchise history. Darnell, one thing with championship teams, or when you're going to the finals, you are cycling guys out. Your top guys who are maybe 18, 19 are moving on, the same as the graduating players. How do you see the Dauphin Kings starting the year coming off a championship run where they may end up start a little shorthanded compared to where they finished?
Well, it's almost tough to start on the same level as you were. I mean, you're from the graduating players losing 316 points, including Caden Bryant, who had 75, and then Carson Cherepak. What else do we say about Cherepak? Goaltender of the goaltender MVP and top goaltender at the Centennial Cup. He was unbelievable all season long and in the playoffs. It's tough. That's tough to try and recoup, but you're going to have to find a way to recoup. But as I said when I was talking about the Verdun Oil Capitals, it's easier to bring in players, in my opinion, if you breed a championship and a winning program. I think guys, when you're 18, 19, like, hey, I want to play on a championship team. And it goes back to starting with head coach and GM Doug Headley. Doug has been everywhere under the sun. He's done such a good job. That championship eluded him for many years, but he finally got that last year with that fantastic year. So I think this is a Kings team that are still trying to fill some pieces. Understandably so, when you get that amount of turnover and productive turnover in those 316 points and some other players that have trickled out for other opportunities. So certainly pieces are needing to be filled, but I do believe Doug Headley and company, Scott McCollum, have what it takes to fill those pieces. So I'm expecting this to be an ultra competitive team, not the same brand of team to start the season anyways, that you're going to see to end the season last year. But that's the beauty of September. You have a few months to solidify your roster. So looking forward to seeing what Headley and company can do after that last year's marvelous season.
Kevin, you know that the team that wins it all is going to have a target on their back. For the returning guys that are coming from last year's championship team, how do you think they deal with and now teach their now teammates on how to win? How do you think that the current group is going to kind of mesh together and figure out a way to win if you're the Dauphin Kings?
Well, the precedent has indeed been set. And, going back to what Darnell said about Coach Headley, is there's a culture intact now. They've tasted the championship ring. They want more. They want to add to that. And it's very similar to what Paul Dick has done in the East with the Steinbach Pistons. I consider the Dauphin Kings to be the standard of which everyone is measured in the West. They do have a good mix of returning players. I have the utmost in faith in the brain trust there as far as bringing in new goaltending. Their defense is phenomenal. I mean, and they know how to put the puck in the net. So I think it's there. I think now that they have seen what's possible to go out and get, I think that now that creates a little bit of a path. The path is worn to Dauphin. They know it's a championship type of program. I think it just contributes to their arsenal, and I expect big things from them this year as well.
Darnell, fan support last year at Credit Union Place was fantastic. Listeners on CKDM were treated to a lot of great games on the radio as well. For a team that's got some holes to fill and will, find their way as the season goes on, will the fan base stick with them if there are some early season stumbles, or do you think the pressure is there to get off to a great start because of the success from last year?
Yeah, I think I really do believe the fan support is going to be there to start. Of course, they were there throughout the playoffs, including that final against Steinbach. But I think with that being said, and there's a target on the back, I think there's some pressure on the team to come out of the gates and start running, start winning hockey games early and start winning hockey games often. You're going to go through some troubles. And of course, as you mentioned, there's going to be some pieces to fill. But I think there is some pressure on the organization, in my personal opinion, to come out running, win hockey games, win them often, and keep that fan support, because at times the fan support before last year's playoff run hasn't been there over the past couple of years. And I think it's up for the Kings to it's really up to them. Win hockey games. And I think that great support will continue. I mean, it's a state-of-the-art facility in Credit Union Place. Guys love playing there. Fans love it. There's no bad seat in the arena. If the Kings can come out and win games starting on September 16th and get on a little bit of a roll, the support should continue to come into the rink. I think there's no doubt about it.